That was a Broncos team that had won 11 consecutive games, and they went in there and really solidified their standing as one of the top teams in the NFL. They won the toss, deferred to the second half. Ashton Doolin off of injured reserve on the return here for the Colts with a seam, and Doolin's near midfield into Jags territory. Hadn't played in a month. He's been out with a hamstring.
Yeah, just a great job. You know, we're seeing so much more out of the kickoffs this year. The dynamic kickoff, the landing zone. There's a lot of different strategies teams employ, but in this case, Jacksonville elects to kick it short and cover, and it just takes one guy getting out of their lane, and Doolin has the ball past midfield.
All right, Greg, here we go. You can't help but watch Phillip Rivers and just smile. First time in 5 years.
390, cut.
Starts off with a handoff to Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor's got two very different games so far. First one was like, okay, let's just go 177 yards, 2 touchdowns in that loss against the 49ers. Back-to-back runs with Taylor getting some room for a first down. Boy, the Colts would love to get Jonathan Taylor back to his early season form.
And getting Jonathan Taylor back to those early days early in the season.
3 straight runs for Taylor to start this ball game against the top run defense in the NFL. Taylor's got a few more. Number 1 defense in the NFL during this 6-game winning streak. They've given him just 15 points per game. Rookie tight end Tyler Warren, big and strong, has a first down as he's stopped by Winger. Really do it all. First down and 10. Jonathan Taylor one more time into the teeth of the defense. Tackled from behind by Greg Newsome. Kept on fighting for 4. This Colts offense was the best in the NFL over the first couple of months, but below 20 points per game during the 5-game losing streak. 2nd and 6, blitz coming. Rivers going in zone, incomplete. He wanted Pittman, who was defended by Buster Brown, and it's 3rd and 6. 3rd down and 6. Blitz comes again. Rivers outside, juggling incomplete. Josh Downs almost plucked it with one hand.
Something they did a lot more of with Daniel Jones at quarterback.
Blake Grupe has hit his first 8 tries since coming over into Indianapolis. Colts get a field goal on their first drive. LaQuint Allen, the rookie from Syracuse, brings it back for Jacksonville. And both teams getting good returns. Flag down, though, from all the way across the field. The return was on the far side of the field. The flag came from all the way over here.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 51. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's first down.
One of the big reasons they're on their way to the playoffs.
Highest scoring offense in franchise history. He scans, he's under pressure, and he's been doing more of this year. All Jacksonville fans are like, get down, put it. 34 points per game for the Jaguars during this 6-game winning streak. Pressure coming on a screen outside Travis Etienne with all kinds of room. Etienne's got 15 yards. Tackled by Grover Stewart.
Kwity Paye is going to be unblocked off this side, so either he has to peel on Travis Etienne or Etienne's just going to be wide open in the flat. So nice job there by Lawrence, buying a little time, and it just seems like he's in a lot better rhythm, right? We had a chance to talk to Liam Cohen. He said maybe the best thing I can say,
you have one and you give on the other, but he said an uptick in both those categories. Allen, who had the big return.
And pass defense, they'd be a lot better.
49ers lit them up last week, 48 points. Lawrence got hit as he threw it, found Etienne, who was swarmed in both Crabbe and Franklin. Indy bringing pressure. Lawrence throws on the move, and Brenton Strange, whose eyes had to be lighting up watching George Kittle go off on Monday night here. 20 yards on his first touch of the day, and there are the Jags converting another 3rd down.
Himself there on coverage and struggled matching in the flat.
Snap it quickly here. Lawrence given all day. Already the first catch right here for Brian Thomas, who had that record-setting rookie season last year, has struggled here in his 2nd year. 8 guys at the line of scrimmage from Indy here, and he sees it. Colts blitzed him a ton when they faced him about a month ago. Gets rid of it to Parker Washington, coming off a career game against the Broncos. Washington.
So much about the job at the line of scrimmage on the other side with Phillip Rivers, but Trevor Lawrence just operating here flawlessly, slides the offensive line to the right, understanding where his back's pickup's going to be, and then just one-on-one there on the outside to Parker Washington. So just, again, the evolution of him as a young quarterback, his understanding of this system.
From the 17, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw again. And now it's Jacoby Myers. Wow, it's a hook and ladder and a fumble. And Samson Ebel comes on top of it. Razzle-dazzle turnover. Myers, but the toss goes through the hands of ETN. And the Colts with a 3-0 lead and with the ball when you come back. And so it's a turnover on Jacksonville's first drive. The Colts take over inside their own 20, and Phillip Rivers finds Michael Pittman, who's stopped very quickly. Impromptu Christmas vacation. 2nd and 7, another throw from Rivers to the sideline. Warren, spot on. It looks like they've been working together for years. That timing pattern right there for 13.
His young kids never thought they'd have.
Beat him up here on 1st down. He goes to Jonathan Taylor, and it's knocked away by Devin Lowe. 2nd and 10. Blitz again. Picked up. Rivers floating. Jarred out of there and then caught. Wow, Will Mallory. From Rivers.
Yeah, when the ball came out of Rivers' hands, I'm not sure it was going to get there in time. Eric Murray came and put a big hit on him, but just great concentration by Mallory. Initially lost it. Then he's going to the ground just to have the awareness to stick out that right hand, and falls right in his lap.
And so 1st down at the 49. Quick throw. Josh Downs with a flag in the backfield. Downs slips a man. Lillican gets him with a gain of 1.
Illegal use of the hands, hands to the face. Defense, number 93. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
3-pick games when I was 24, so what's the big deal if I do it at 44?
Play action here. He's pressured. He steps up. He wants Pierce, but it's broken up by Brown. Buster Brown, good play. 2nd and 10, they empty it out for him, and he checks it down to Jonathan Taylor, who's been much better as a pass catcher this year. 7 yards, makes it 3rd and 3, gives us a chance to check in with Pan. I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm headed right back to that as he shovels it off here to Warren, and Warren's got a 1st down. And look, this was one chance to do this again. He considered the comeback thing, but mostly the first year or two after retirement. If I go do it and it doesn't go well, I can live with that. I'm still not going to regret that. Hands it off to Taylor, and Taylor's got a couple.
And the answer was a flat-out no.
2nd and 8. Mo Alley Cox. He's sprinted it around. He's hit all 3 tight ends. Why not make it a 4th? Let's get Greg Olsen
and any other quarterbacks in the league into open space.
Down 3rd and 1. Taylor sneaks through for a 1st down. Taylor lowers the shoulder, crashes inside the 15 to bring this 1st quarter to a close, and the Colts have a 12-play drive going. Ashton Dooling back off IR on the field right now in motion. It's Taylor, who they have rolled early on in this game, and they ride him to a 1st down here.
In the passing game, that's pretty impressive.
Taylor, feed him again, straight ahead. 2nd and goal to the 2. These guys have been unstoppable in goal-to-go situations. 26 out of 27 this year. Taylor planted by Wingard. Andrew Wingard, special team star for a lot of his career, has been a full-time starter this year.
Yes, they've been running some downhill man duos. This time they decide to pull the left guard Nelson on a little more of a power play.
Getting Michael Pittman down here, biggest target in this situation. Out of the gun, they hand it to Taylor, who finds a hole and has a touchdown. His NFL-leading 18th rushing touchdown this year. And it's all Colts in the 1st half of this one.
Heavy run game, just sprinkling enough of the pass game, enough of the alerts to keep the defense honest, and just a masterful drive there.
Touchdown drive for the Colts. Extra point from Goopy is there. Looked like the Jags were going to take it in and take the lead. They turn it over, and then this long, methodical drive where they put it on the shoulders of Jonathan Taylor.
It's just such a spirit to how he plays, right? The smile, the talk.
Here comes DJ Dallas on the return for Jacksonville. Through the 31-yard line. In his 5th season out of Clemson. Start this drive with an ETN run. Old Clemson teammate to the 35 with a gain of 4.
Has been the key to their success.
ETN again trying to get this run game going. It was bottled up this time. Got just a couple. Neville Gattam.
this season with Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball early in his progression.
Everybody up at the line of scrimmage, but they back off. That is threaded through to Jacoby Myers and a first down. And yeah, Lawrence has been awesome, but Jacksonville's offense taken off, lines up perfectly with when they traded for Jacoby Myers. And so they already extended him, traded for him, and already gave him a $60 million contract after getting to know him for about a month. Sidearm throw back to Myers. Tiptoes the sideline for 8 more. Myers, the motion man. Etienne, the ball carrier. Travis Etienne's got a first down to the 41-yard line. Time for a game break. Here's Carissa Thompson. Jags trying to solidify their top of the standing in the South. Pressure coming here on Lawrence, who retreats and throws low. Had Myers open, but was on his back foot with Grover Stewart applying the pressure. 2nd and 10, blitzing him again. Deep drop, hit as he throws, flutters to the sideline. Myers got his feet in. Jacoby Myers tiptoeing for a gain of 6. Back opportunity right there. Lawrence was able to heave it outside to get a completion.
And he knows he's about to take a shot. Nick Cross from his safety spot. He is unblocked. Trevor Lawrence holds it as long as he can. And take a look here, but see if Myers was able to get that second foot down. It was certainly close.
Shane Steichen watching closely on the video. 9 to the challenge flag. Here's Brenton Strange with a first down grab. The Jags convert on 3rd and 4. Strange gets 16.
When you decide to play zone defense.
Back to the ground here, and Etienne slashes through the left side, powers to the 10. Travis Etienne, who, like a lot of guys on this Jaguars team, Liam Cohen's calling wildcat right here on 1st and 10 from the 11. It's Etienne to take the snap. Over the right side, Etienne to the 6. He's got 5, and it's 2nd down.
Their ability to finish red zone trips with touchdowns has been great.
Lawrence looking end zone, throwing sideline. Washington hit right away by Sauce Gardner. A big pickup from the Jets. 3rd and 3. Lawrence pressured. Lawrence breaks through. He'll run it. Touchdown Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence sneaks through, avoids the sack, and finds the end zone.
And only Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts have run the ball more in the red zone this season than Trevor Lawrence. So not a designed run, but in this case, if you just don't corral him with your front 4 and you let him get out, he is big, he's fast, and he makes him pay.
All the dimensions of his game that made him so good at Clemson. He'd seen flashes of it over the first 4 years of his career. Never before, though, have we seen it this consistently.
But he left at the 2nd level for the quarterback.
Both his offenses marching down the field. That's a 7-minute touchdown drive after the 8-minute march from the Colts. Doolin loses his footing. This drive starts at the 24. Fakes it to Taylor. Throws it to Downs. Drops it in there for 15 to open the drive.
So the offensive line, they're calling poker. They're going to block 5-man front, 5-on-5, and just Downs. He's really turned into more of the 3rd down threat for this Colts offense, but here just kind of left wide open, running through these zone coverages, and nice job there by Rivers.
Picked up right where he left off on Monday night against San Francisco. They're going to blitz against him here. Rips this one incomplete. It was behind Pierce. Brown had a chance at the pick, but couldn't haul it in.
Over half of his dropbacks here today.
Just 4-man rush this time. Rivers goes underneath the one. The thought is, if you're going to blitz him, he's getting rid of it so quickly, you're not going to be able to get there, and you're just giving him more room. An empty set for Rivers.
He's got man coverage. Sent Jonathan Taylor out here to the bottom of the screen.
A lot of cushion there. Over the middle, knocked away. Buster Brown barely got his hand on it. Downs, the intended receiver. And the play clock runs out. That's a delay.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
High punt. Washington sprints over. Former Nittany line. Makes Doolin miss. Goes out of bounds at the 17 with a flag.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, number 20 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
They'll throw it on first down against the blitz. Brian Thomas, first down. Fake to Etienne, deep play action, sideline again. Gardner the coverage, breaks it up. Wanted Thomas again, and Sauce Gardner, two-time All-Pro with the Jets. Over here to the Colts, knocks it away, 2nd and 10. Colts again showing pressure. They back out this time. Lawrence steps out of a tackle, dives ahead, lost a yard though, and they have brought all kinds of pressure on Lawrence, and he's taken some hits. 3rd and 12, 2:20 to go in the half. Lawrence retreating. This time they get there. Franklin and Atabare combine in the sack, and they continue to pester Trevor Lawrence.
So they show 5 up pressure, and then it's just a simple little loop game. Zaire Franklin, the Mike linebacker, he lined up over the right guard, and then he was the second twister. Just a great design there, bringing 5-man rush.
Logan Cook with Josh Downs back to his 11 and thrown down immediately. Rayon Lane, the tackle. Knowing how hard this has been for his good buddy Shane Steichen to see the losing continue is why it's such a conflicted feeling where he's having the time of his life coming back, but he sees the suffering around him. Jags have been really good. First 4 of the second half, last 4 of the first half during this winning streak. Taylor bounces off the tackle and gets one. Devin Lloyd able to push him out.
About a minute to go.
3rd and 7, 7 in coverage. Rivers throws incomplete. Worst case scenario right there. He was pressured. He dumped it off for Taylor. Sanchez to punt from his own goal line. And a chance here for Washington. Dangerous return man. Waits for something to set up. Ashton Doolan there to get him. Both punters, both punt coverage teams doing their jobs. 52 seconds. Hit from just about anywhere in the building. Flag is down. Lawrence stepped away from Latu. Kept on going to midfield before Nick Cross tackled him. Latu had him dead to rights in the backfield. Couldn't get him.
Offside. The defensive end came into the neutral zone prior to the snap. The penalty is declined as the result of the play.
So from midfield with 43 seconds. Given time. Coverage tight. Room to run again. Out of bounds inside the 45.
Feels like Indianapolis is better off bringing a 5th or a 6th rusher. When they rush 4, you said the coverage has been good, but they haven't been able to account for Trevor Lawrence as a scrambler.
A more of a cautious rush right here. Delivers for Washington, who's got it. Threads it through for 20 yards into a tight window. 7 seconds. This is the arm talent of Trevor Lawrence.
All right, so this time they decide to use Latu as just he's the spy, so they only rush 3. They're just trying to keep Trevor Lawrence in the pocket, and that is a tight window throw. Parker Washington understands there's a hit coming. Accurate ball, great catch, and this is exactly what Indianapolis didn't want to do, right? And you find yourself on your 10-yard line, how aggressive. Try to get after Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, here they come. Corner blitz from Gardner. Throws right into it to Brian Thomas. Sheds Nick Cross. Cameron Bynum the tackle with 21 seconds.
Well, there you go.
LeQuint Allen replaces Etienne. Lawrence steps up. Tossing end zone. It's intercepted by Jermaine Pratt.
Linebacker plays, you're going to see they bring Washington across. You see the communication here in the slot. Pratt knows he's the flat defender, but this is called 2 through a zone. So when that flat receiver turns up the sideline, he has to carry him. So it's post, post, and then they're going to go wheel. Even though he is not a deep coverage defender, this tests his rules, and just great awareness by Pratt, carrying him up the sideline, and not a great ball by Trevor Lawrence.
2 things that have been sparkling for the Jaguars during this winning streak have deserted them today. Taking care of the ball and in the red zone. 2 turnovers, both of them coming in the red zone, and they trail 10-7 as they try to hang on at the top of the AFC South.
Pratt makes a nice play. So turnovers, red zone. Got to clean it up here in the second half.
On the return, here comes DJ Dallas to the 36-yard line. The last team on the list you'd expect it from the way it's been going. Travis Etienne has gone over 1,000 yards for the season today, has 3 on the first play of the second half, and we go down to Pam Oliver. As we're to lose one of these last 2 games, and the Texans were to beat the Colts next week. Lawrence on the bootleg, dropped by Kenny Moore. Undrafted Kenny Moore out of Valdosta State, now in his 9th season, one of the top nickels in the league.
Nobody went down the field for a route. I mean, look at Brian Thomas. This is not a bootleg. This is not a play action. Both receivers are anticipating this ball being handed off. So either Trevor Lawrence saw something and thought he could just keep it himself out the back end, but certainly not the play that was called in the hole.
He put that success here on 3rd and 12 against a 3-man rush. Lawrence all day to throw, waiting for somebody to come open. Steps up, fires, incomplete.
In the red zone stands and just the ability to improve in the pass. It's been a much better day for Indianapolis.
Cook with another booming punt. Downs takes a peek at the end zone, sees it pretty close and lets it bounce through the blue for a touchback. Jonathan Taylor stumbles ahead for 4.
So do you start moving up and taking some of those areas away?
Taylor on the toss, a lot of room this time. Breaks tackles and gets a first down.
Yards before contact, like you said, are actually up. It's the forced missed tackles that are down.
Feed him again here. Josh Hines-Allen blew that play up, settled for a couple yards. Still, though, you put it all together.
Is much smaller than it is in the past.
Backup running back job is not a busy one for the Colts, and you're playing behind Taylor. Amir Abdullah comes in to spell him and has it right here. Former Detroit Lion to the 37. Stopped by Eric Murray. Just barely get the snap off. They do blitz, and a miscommunication here between Pierce and Rivers. Incomplete, and it's 4th down. Pierce was the big guy last week, yet to hook up in this game.
It's going to be interesting, even though he's not really throwing the ball away. Is this intentional grounding? Just because it's miscommunication. Okay, now the flag has come out, so they're going to get Rivers for grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 17. Loss of down. 4th down.
All right, so, and listen, he's not trying to throw this away. He gives an alert. He gets a slant, and he's thinking he's going to get a fade by Pierce. And what the officials have said is they're not going to judge intent. They're not going to decide, was it a mistake? Was he purposely throwing it away? So clearly in the pocket, under pressure, and obviously nobody in the area, and that is intentional grounding.
It's Devin Lloyd that hit him there on the blitz. Sanchez to punt it. Parker Washington. Bruins right on him there, so he takes the fair catch. Should a 54-yard punt. It's just the latest evidence of that. Just the one Pro Bowler. Handoff here to DJ Dallas. Dallas gets a few. It's the Rams against teams with winning records. They've been doing it on the road. They've been blowing teams out. Touch throw right there for Brian Thomas in 16 yards.
Like you said, they're not just winning, they're winning big.
Lawrence to throw it again. Rips one for Washington, but it's off his fingertips. A little bit too tall, although I'm sure Washington would tell you he should have had it. First one today. Makes it 2nd and 10. Just barely get the snap off. Draw for Dallas. DJ Dallas with a big gainer. 17 yards into Colts territory.
All right, so this is a great job. They check into this. They just call an inside trap there. The right guard, Walker Little, he's just going to kick out. And DJ Dallas just going to ride that seam right down the hash. Trevor Lawrence saw the 2 linebackers mugged up in the A-gaps, anticipated them dropping, checked into that run, and
fake to Dallas. Lawrence delivers. Thomas back shoulder, knocked away. It's Cameron Mitchell. 10 drops, tied for the most in the NFL. 2nd and 10. Lawrence retreating, throwing, and almost getting picked off. In fact, Mitchell should have that time. 3rd and 10. Blitz out of the secondary. Steps into it, and a perfect strike. Washington's got it with a flag down. Washington reversing field after afterburners. First and goal. On 3rd and long, they get 35. There's a flag back at the 33.
He's going to go against Indy, but you talk about stepping up and just ripping a ball through coverage. You can't throw the ball downfield any better than that. They'll sort out this penalty. Going to decline it.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 29. The penalty is declined as a result of the play as a first down for Jacksonville.
37 yards officially, and Washington has built off of the biggest game of his career last week in Denver.
You see the arm strength. You see the ability to move up in the pocket. Indianapolis dialed up pressure, but it was out off the edges.
Look in his eye the last couple weeks. First and goal for the Jags. Quarterback draw. Trevor Lawrence, second time today. A rushing touchdown. First time today, Jacksonville leads.
Well, he showed you in the first half. No one runs the ball. Only a couple guys in the league run the ball more in the red zone than Trevor Lawrence. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. This time it's a design-called run. Spread them out and empty. And just a simple quarterback draw, untouched, for a second touchdown of the day.
Well, you talk about all those different targets he has on the outside, and then, oh yeah, you've got to account for him, turn him into a runner himself. They're a small market team, but they're going to generate whatever they can there, turn that into a bulletin board material. Fed off of that, got the big road win. Here's Ashton Doolin with room on the return, and now using his speed. Ashton Doolin, first game off of injured reserve, twice has returned the ball into Jacksonville territory. 54 yards this time.
The return sideline left. Just take a look at the Jacksonville coverage. They just jump out of their lanes, and he just rides that wave back to the big side of the field. And talk about making your presence felt coming back from injury. Now the key is for Indianapolis on offense. Can they get something going, especially in the
more conservative approach? First and 10 from the 39-yard line. Fake to Jonathan Taylor. Knocked down by Josh Hines Allen. First round pick in his 7th year, and he's playing as well as he ever has. Showing blitz. And backing off. Rivers going long. He's got Pierce. He underthrows him, and Brown's able to recover. Oh, Pierce had him torched. Downfield again for Downs. He drops it in, but it's out of bounds and incomplete. Now they're going to say catch. It is a catch. Somehow Downs got his feet in there. 18 yards and a first down. They're hurrying to make sure that Cohen doesn't have time to throw the challenge flag. And off they go. No, he did get it out, didn't he?
He did. It was really close. I was watching him. I think the red flag did hit the turf before the ball was snapped, and Phillip Rivers is fuming.
Prior to the snap, Jacksonville is challenging the ruling on the field. We will review the play.
That's bad, Shane Steichen says. Phillip Rivers says a lot more with a lot more fire. Yeah, no. You can understand why I wanted to go so fast. This is going to get overturned. A buzzer-beating challenge from Liam Cohen, and it's going to be 4th down. Well, somehow the call stands here. Now Jonathan Taylor, one play later, has the Colts in front. There are flags down, though. Flags back at the line of scrimmage. Man, there's a lot going on right now. This is probably coming back here.
Holding, offense, number 84, 10-yard penalty, touchdown.
They get Tyler Warren for the holding penalty. Holding wipes away the touchdown run. 1st and 20 back at the 31. Rivers trying to get it back with a throw. Here's deep ball again, and a flag should fly here, and it will. That was going to be a touchdown until Eric Murray held hands with him and yanked him back, and this will put it right on the doorstep.
Pass interference, defense, number 29. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul, automatic, first down.
It is straight ahead for Jonathan Taylor.
I gotta wonder if they got a play action of some sort. Every time he's under center, it's been a run. There you go.
First pass from under center, and Mo Alley Cox makes the catch for the touchdown.
Yeah, so if you felt like it was coming, you'll see Mo Alley Cox. They've been 100% run with Phillip Rivers aligned under center. 8 for 8 today. So they're on the 9th one. Play action pass, and that was an impressive drive.
First touchdown of the season. And the Colts have jumped back in front. 2 of the 3 scores today. 17-14. Blake Grupe sends it away. LaQuint Allen had a big return in the first half, wiped away by penalty. Top it at the 33 here.
Ends up being a touchdown drive.
The call stands. Colts back in front. Trevor Lawrence back to work. Hit at the line and incomplete. Laiatu Latu, first round pick last year.
Kind of interesting for a guy built like him.
Blitz coming on second down. Fires over the middle, and he's got Strange on the move. Brenton Strange into Colts territory. Ingram was the guy the last couple of years. Etienne, space off the left side, and a first down to the 36. Let's go down to Pam. That huge trade that they made. First down at 10, Lawrence, sideline Washington for 4. Step by Mitchell. Here's Carissa. On the NFC side, he had those Seahawks, but also the Rams, Niners, and Bears. Strange has it knocked out. Johnny Munt, actually the intended receiver. 3rd and 6. Over the middle, Jacoby Myers on a fastball from Lawrence has a first down. Drops littering all over the field. You go find the most reliable guy. He's got it. Sideline Washington beating Kenny Moore and getting 8 yards on first down. 2nd and short. We've got Dallas and Etienne in. It's Etienne stretching left side. Moore comes up to drop him for a loss. Kenny Moore, 5'11", 190, but he plays so much bigger than that.
Nickel slot formation. He's just off the left side of your screen, but it's for his size, his physicality in the run game. If you're going to play a ton of nickel, meaning you got 5 defensive backs, that slot corner that Moore plays, you have to act as kind of a hybrid linebacker, converting first downs with his legs at a high rate.
That's incomplete. Wanted a flag, won't get it. Jalen Jones had the coverage on Brenton Strange. Not just been the long distance, no matter where he's been. Perfect. 16th consecutive make. 2 years in the NFL, Cam Little's 53 for 59. High kick sends Doolin into the end zone. This time a touchback.
So, like, regardless of what they've done all year, you don't really know who's going to play in the bowl game.
But let the record show Greg's got the ponies. Taylor for a yard. Devon Hamilton in the middle of that defense makes the stop. If Carolina loses, next week is for the division as those teams go head-to-head. The winner will get in. Loser will go home. Rivers has all day to throw, and now he's got to scramble and get sacked by Trevon Walker.
See Phillip Rivers, you see Warren and Mo Alley Cox kind of end up double teaming. One of them needs to be a late check. One of them needs to get down into the left side.
I've not seen much of a downfield passing game. And a whistle before the snap. False start. Becomes 3rd and 20.
False start. Offense number 2. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
We saw in the first half, Rivers. See, they still try to get some of this here. 3rd and 20. Rivers will dump it. Taylor had a long way to go. He settles for 6 or 7.
Legendary coaching family back home by me, and he's done an unbelievable job.
Jersey through and through, huh?
He's Jersey, and I love it.
Short punt. Washington comes up, makes the catch. Looks for something. Nothing there. And even a month plus into the season, they were around 500. But have caught fire, gaining attention. Etienne for 5.
And then you start talking about Coach of the Year candidates, and of course you have those 3 guys. And
Jags have trailed most of this ball game. Tied up here. Etienne again with a hole off the left side. He got 4. And he's stopped by Franklin. Nick Cross as well. 3rd and 1 after this game break with Carissa. Everybody bunched inside defensively for the Colts. Speed option. Etienne with a block from Myers. A first down. Jacoby Myers sealing the edge over there, 12 yards for ETN.
Times about the legs of Trevor Lawrence and what an additional weapon it's been in this system. But take a look at the bottom of your screen. Man, it feels like every possession we're talking about Jacoby Myers, the sure hands, the understanding on where to fit in the in the pass concepts, and now here
for his whole career been trying to prove people wrong. He says it feels good to finally try to prove people right after they gave him a big contract. Lawrence pressured by Stewart and drawn out of there. Cameron Mitchell's been all over Las Vegas in the season the Raiders are having. Over the middle, Washington. Parker Washington inside the 35. Cross kept him from going off to the races there.
Again, gives him a pre-snap man check.
Blitz is picked up. One-on-one, Thomas. Brian Thomas can't get there. Had a step on Mitchell, a little bit out in front of him. 2nd and 10. Lawrence steps up to the sideline. Favorite target today, Washington juking. 7 yards. Kenny Moore made sure that he couldn't get anything more. 3rd and 3. We're looking at a 3rd and 4. Toss it to ETN. Got 2. Stopped by Zaire Franklin. 4th and short. 2 to snap it. They sneak it. Lawrence didn't get it with the first try. Reaches ahead. Let's see where they spot him.
Or did his knee touch? Because I'm with you. His initial surge, he was short. Does his knee hit the ground?
We have an official's timeout for a virtual measurement.
Wow.
And again, the only thing that's virtual about this is the measurement. The spot is still coming from the human officials.
Yeah, so the key is, can you determine whether or not his knee touches the ground? It does. Oh, he's way short.
Yeah. I think you got a pretty favorable spot considering that look right there.
Yeah, putting themselves really behind the sticks here, trying to operate in those long down and distances.
Handed off Jonathan Taylor. Good first down run of about 5.
Has kind of evened out.
2-0. Indy in favor there. Taylor with a short gain. He got stopped by Matt Dickerson. It's 3rd down with 8.5 left. When they've thrown it, Josh Downs has been his guy. Number 2 to the top. 3rd and 3. Looks his direction and throws an interception. Jardian Jones the pick. It was Downs that saved a touchdown.
I think Rivers might have checked into that. He at least moved the protection. Jones just standing flat-footed, not worried about Downs running past him, and just jumps that. I think that ball, yeah, it's deflected at the line of scrimmage there by Eric Murray, the safety, and nice job there by Jones saving the pick 6.
Defense last year had 9 takeaways all year. That's their 29th in the first year under Anthony Campanelli.
You typically want to throw early to give you the opportunity to run late in the downs. That's the ideal sequence.
If Jacksonville can take advantage of this short field, not immediately they won't. It's Samson Ebukam who recovered a fumble earlier in this game. He plants ETN for a loss of 3.
A really nice job there by Ebukam. He's going against Milam. They bring in a jumbo. Jacksonville's been doing that at one of the highest rates in the league. A 6th offensive lineman, and Ebukam fights off the big man, and I think Milam's saying, you know what?
7:15 and counting. Lawrence had it knocked down. Neville Gallimore right there.
Washington's been his go-to player today.
Gets rid of it just in time, and it's Jacoby Myers, who is defended by Jalen Jones. Little from 42. It is good again, and his 17th consecutive made field goal has the Jaguars back in front. 20-17, Jaguars in front. If they win this game and they win next week, they'll clinch the South, host the playoff game. Indy trying to play spoiler. Phillip Rivers, 10 kids, a grandkid, his parents, his brother. Hands it off to Jonathan Taylor, and it's more conservative first down play calling. Predictable 5-wide set. Over the middle. Warren's got it. Tyler Warren with a gain of 15 to midfield.
A lot of zone coverage, a lot of two-high shell zones. Well, they've mixed in more man. And prior to that last play, typically they motion like that for a run.
That's what it is. Taylor trying to make something out of nothing. Trayvon Walker having a big-time second half. Liam Cohen said this guy's been playing with his hair on fire lately, and another good game today.
We talked in the first half about they've got some young talent, a lot of high draft picks, first-rounders, especially on this defense. And Hines Allen on one side, Walker on the other. And their ability.
Ali Cox settles underneath to the 45. Ali Cox, who has a touchdown today, gets 7 yards here, makes it a more manageable third down. Under 4 to go, 3rd and 5. He's pressured, he's bumped down and sacked back at the 48. Trayvon Walker just threw the offensive lineman into Rivers. And they're going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, so watch here off the right side. This is called speed to power. Hines Allen just takes Ryman right into the lap of Phillip Rivers, and they got no choice here.
Sending up the prayer right here on 4th and long. Lofts it up for Pierce, broken up and incomplete. Greg Newsome, who they got at the deadline from Cleveland, makes a play to take it over for the offense.
You're only down 6, still a one-score game, so that's the idea. It's all about the time.
Jags trying to grind some of it. ETN charges upfield. 8 yards on the first play of this drive, and it winds under 3. Washington motions in there, handed off ETN. Stop and start. Burrow ahead. Pratt finished him off there. 3rd down, less than 1. Lawrence keeps it. There is a flag at the line. Lawrence gets a first down, but there's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
I think this is going to be pre-snap infraction on Jacksonville. I think they had 2 men moving, and they didn't get set.
Illegal shift. Offense. Number 11 in the wideout.
Keep the clock running. Oh,
and now more movement.
Oh, man.
And the noise here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Credit to these fans of their team getting knocked out officially yesterday, still bringing it.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Lawrence off his back foot, floats for Myers. Jacoby Myers makes the catch, a little bit short. That was amazing. Myers would go get it, and he did.
That's the best ball Trevor Lawrence has thrown all day. He's got pressure in his face. He's on the far right hash, and he throws this comeback at the sticks all the way out, and he's going to be a half yard short.
This is the 2-minute warning.
On 4th and a foot, sneaks it to the left and has a first down.
Didn't have a lot of options. Once they went to empty under center, it was some sort of jet sweep motion. In the 4th quarter, they went quarterback sneak, and they didn't get it. Much better surge there by the offensive line.
And he uses its second timeout, just one of them left.
Indianapolis, their second.
4 and 13 last year. On the verge of getting to 12 and 4. Here's ETN. And Indianapolis will use the last timeout. ETN. Kept the legs going, got a couple.
Gives him a shot on 4th down with the quarterback sneak.
3rd down and 4. Jet sweep Washington. He's tackled in the backfield. He lost 5. Nick Cross the tackle. And they can run this down to just outside of 20 seconds.
Past midfield, so certainly don't want this ball to be blocked.
53 yards and good. Kim Little. 3 out of 3 today and 18 of his last 18, so 18 seconds.
Yeah, and think about the confidence. And Little's been awesome all year, which obviously goes into these decisions for each team, but you miss that. Again, they need to go and get it started after a big kickoff return, so you never know.
Little puts everything into it, and it's all the way to the back of the end zone and out of it.
Tackle them in play.
Rivers steps up, goes sideline. Pierce broken up by Murray.
You got to get out of bounds, or this is the last play.
Pittman crossing the field. They've got a guy waiting outside. It's Josh Hines-Allen, and he tackles him in bounds.
Defense, number 41.
All right, so
5-yard penalty. First down.
this is going to give the Colts and Riley Leonard. They do bring 5. Leonard steps up. Here it goes, letting it fly to the end zone. Alec Pierce had a shot at it, but not going to get it. The job's finished. The Jaguars hang on. Well, there are a few defenders down there in the end zone. Antonio Johnson, the one that comes up with a pick from winning the South.
Just didn't quite have enough time to get all the receivers in the area. It was really just one guy there and Pierce, and you can see the rest of the crew just hadn't quite caught up to him yet. Pierce certainly the fastest guy, but what a performance by Jacksonville. Critical plays by Trevor Lawrence, and this Jacksonville defense